That's senseless.
I might do that one.
So many teachers getting mad at you.
Everyone thinks I'm messing with them.
Yeah.
Really?
But you're really just like a little bit slow.
I'm a little slow. And I sound fake.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
everyone thinks I'm doing bits.
Yeah.
They're like, she
You
can't
don't know.
She can't be this dumb and sarcastic. It's a joke.
Mm.
I gotta tell you something after the pod that happened last night. I can't tell the story now, but I might tell it on a future episode.
Okay.
So listen up, everybody.
Ooh, everybody listening. You know what I found out today?
What?
I was watching a YouTube video about girl groups, and because
You mean like singer groups?
Yeah. Like pop girl groups, and I found out that like Posh Spice, they like never really put her backing vocals or anything on most of the songs.
Oh, really?
And they would shut off her mic during performances. Isn't that insane?
I'm not that surprised. Like, I remember seeing her performing and being like, she looks like she's just gliding around, and that's it.
And also like on Wannabe, she's the only one who doesn't have a verse.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like she's just like barely a part of that group. They're just like, we need somebody who looks cold.
That must have sucked.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, she did well from it, but
yeah, that's true. She did end up
she
marrying
probably
David
felt like
Beckham.
no value all the time.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But also if I don't know, you know what? I don't even actually know this about myself, but I feel like if I was in the biggest pop girl group of all time, that's debatable, but in my mind they are.
I think they're the biggest.
Besides Josie and the Pussycats. Like, and I wasn't really doing anything, but they kept me there.
Yeah.
I would be like, this is fine.
Would you be like, she's probably like, I must be a great hang, even though she probably sucks at the hang.
I know. It's like when you show up to a comic hang and there's always that one person there who's like always around, and then you see them go
we
up.
all know this person.
I know, but you see them go up and they're not funny.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they're a good hang. That's why they're always around.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the people who they're not funny and they're a bad hang.
I know.
But they're
either not funny and a good hang.
Yeah.
Or they have no social awareness and they just show up everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, people must want me to be here because nobody's screamed in my face.
Because I keep being here and people are kind of neutral about it. They're negative, but it feels neutral to them.
Yeah. They're like, nobody screamed in my face that they don't want me here, so I guess I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah. Or we've talked about this before. Like sometimes, I wouldn't say this is always the comics hanging around, but sometimes there's a person that they're like not aware and they're not fun. They're not a good hang, but they're so excited and into it because it's their one night that they did something.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's been 2 weeks and they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So they're like high on like the social atmosphere.
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that who come to comedy shows like every week.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is my big night.
This is my big night.
This is my big night out. Yeah. And like, this is like the biggest time of their week, but it's like, this is the fifth show I've been to in a week.
Yeah. And it's not to say they shouldn't go out and have a fun time. That's great for them. But
you can just tell by their vibe.
You can feel the difference too. I'm like, they are so much more excited than me.
Yeah,
and I'm just I'm here. I'm waiting to go home.
I know.
Kinda.
Yeah, totally.
Or I'm waiting to get away from people who aren't my comic friends.
I know.
I'm such a bitch.
No, everybody feels this way. There's hangers on.
Yeah.
For some reason, comedy attracts like the most like socially unaware people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The number of messages that I don't ever respond to that are just socially unaware.
Yeah.
And they keep coming. They get more frequent.
Yeah.
I'm not responding. They're more frequent.
Yeah.
You guys know who you are. You know who you are, asking me the same questions every month with a few words rearranged.
Yeah, I know. They're like, they will never, she'll never be able to tell that this is the same question that I asked in this chat.
Yeah.
God.
It feels fresh. I'm like, oh, wow, they used a different verb.
I know, yeah.
I'm into this guy.
They are like working on their intro line the way that we work on bits.
Yeah.
They're like changing it a little bit every time. They're like, well, maybe if I put this word at the end of the sentence, it'll hit a little bit harder, and then she'll say yes.
Yeah. I got a new tag. Oh, that one didn't work.
Yeah.
Some of these people, like, I know that they've messaged other people in the comedy community.
Yeah,
the
because
exact
we all
same
talk.
text messages
Yes.
or like Instagram DMs as me. So they really are open micing it.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to try with I'm not going to say all the names of the people, but
yeah.
I'm going to try with every girl in the city and see which of these hit.
Yeah. Also, it's funny, like, I've been in conversations with you and other female comics where these people who follow me and respond to my stories, but not in the same way, do not ask me to hang out in the way that they ask you and other people to hang out.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm scary.
Yeah, I mean, you seem scarier
I know.
than me.
Which is so ridiculous.
Yesterday, how do you feel today? Because yesterday, Allie, we were at Ben Katzner's going away party. We're all so sad he's leaving New York.
Oh my God. Former guest Ben Katzner. He's
but anyway,
an angel from heaven.
Yeah, that was great. I'm so glad we got to go.
Yeah.
But there was this big ledge at the bar and Allie couldn't stop standing there.
Yeah.
It made her like, not even, it made you a little taller than me.
Yeah, it was like, there's half the bar that was ground level, and then there was half the bar that was one step up, and we were standing where the step was.
Yeah.
And so everybody who was taller than me, I made stand on the ground, and I stood on the ledge.
She
and Micah
stood there
Fox,
for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I felt really powerful.
Yeah.
I felt like I had eye contact, and my neck didn't hurt. My neck always hurts at the end of a hang because I'm looking up like this the entire time.
Yeah. We should swap more because I'm always looking down at you. You're looking up at me. We should swap so that the other side of our neck can relax.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So how did you feel after that, though? Did you feel good when you went home because you had so much power all night?
No, as soon as I came off the ledge, I went into a deep depression.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't fucking real.
This is why my life sucks.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, it's hard being 5'1".
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
You should get a ledge in your apartment.
I should get a ledge. I should get a ledge. I should just wear. Do you remember those like toys in the 90s where it was two like cups that you would stand on and they would have strings attached to them so you could hold them?
Oh, yeah.
You'd put them on the bottom of your feet and you'd walk around like this. I should get those. Or heels.
You should get those. Stilts. You could try out stilts.
That's true.
Man, stilts are like a scary thing. Were we talking about this?
I think we were talking about stilts.
Were we talking about how it's scary? I think that was somebody else.
I feel like we could not bring up stilts without you talking about how they're scary.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, I probably brought it up with someone else and said they were scary too.
Yeah.
Because I just recycle all my thoughts with all people. You know? I'm willing to
You
recycle.
mean talking and having a personality?
Yeah. And just like being consistent around other people. Yeah. That's what I do.
Well, welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns. It's a podcast about how stupid we all are. I've said this before too.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I say this all the time.
Yep.
My Instagram's Bertonis Cardwell. The pod's Instagram is Worthless Clowns.
And I'm Allie O'Neill. You can find me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, comment on our YouTube, rate and subscribe to the pod on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever.
Yeah.
Just do all the things.
And you can pick up on our patterns too if you want. You know? Bugs. Boys sometimes. Rare.
Bugs, boys, and beers. Worthless clowns.
I'm going to bring up Johnny Dukes again. We were talking about this last night.
Yeah.
We talked about you last night at Ben Katzner's birthday.
We did, yeah.
Because we were saying how good your bingo card is.
Yeah.
And how you created a better bingo card than we could.
I know, yeah.
Like, he knows the pod so much more intimately than we do.
No, 100%.
And we're in it.
Also, funny you bring up Johnny Dukes. He just responded to a thing I posted on my Instagram of my dog, and it was like a video of her licking peanut butter off a spoon, and he wrote, "She's living, laughing, and loving," which is so funny.
That's a good one. Maxim laughed too.
I'm saying
Give it up
right
for
now,
Johnny.
dude. I'm responding right now. Great joke.
That is a good joke. That is a good joke.
Also,
man, I miss Live, Laugh, Love jokes.
Yeah.
I feel like they were around for a long time.
I've showed you that meme of it's like Live, Laugh, Love, but like to Dragula.
No,
and it's like dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and stand in the back of my Dragula, but it's like in the swoopy font. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Live, Laugh, Love. I used to have a bit about Live, Laugh, Love. It was like so stupid. It was one of my first bits ever. Should I try and say it?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to hate myself for sharing this.
Do it.
I shared a roast joke that I wrote like 5 years ago on a pod once, and I was so mad at myself that I shared it. I was like, that's not a good joke, you idiot.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's a roast joke, it was like really bad. Like it was really disgusting and offensive.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, my Live, Laugh, Love joke, this is going to be so bad. No one's ever going to come see me perform from the pod if they hear this. But it was like, I can't remember it, but I'll say what I think the premise was like, I like that, something like, I like that Live, Laugh, Love But oh God, I don't know. But the premise was like I didn't understand. Like I thought it was a thing about L words, not live, laugh, love. So then I'm like,
live, laugh, love, linoleum.
I'm like leather, liposuction, like lymphoma. It's like, where are all these other L words?
Yeah.
Why is it only these 3 L's?
Dude.
It's like those are the only L's people care. I don't know. It was so stupid.
Okay, I think that could be a good sketch.
I think I tried to write it as a sketch.
Where it's like the guy who doesn't understand the live, laugh, love thing. He just thinks it's L words. And then you walk into his apartment and there's just like a shipwood sign that says like leather, linoleum, lymphoma.
Lymphoma.
And people are like, what is that? And he's like, it's like one of those signs that you get at Home Goods.
You know, the signs with the L's.
All I could find were like the same exact one. So I tried to like mix it up, make it a little more creative. Yeah. It's about L words, right?
Yeah. People are all stuck on these 3 L's.
Dude, also every time I see live, laugh, love, I think of this.
It's an apartment that's got it all over. Like every side of every wall has live, laugh, love on it. The sketch I wrote around it, I actually forgot that I did that because I think I didn't end up liking the sketch that much. But it was similar. It was like someone is like in Walmart and they're at the live, laugh, love stuff and they're like frustrated because they're like, where are the other L words? And they're trying to like communicate this to the employee, but they don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't really remember the detail of it, but it was like, where's leather and stuff.
Do you have a man version of live, laugh, love? It's leather, ladies, and licking my own cock. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Now, one of them has to be the name of a truck, I think.
Yeah. And
Ford's Lenovo. Is that something? That's got to be a truck.
Lenovo is a laptop.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's my laptop. That's the laptop I have. And I was primed with I don't like look at the name of my laptop a lot for work, but
Lenovo is the man version and Lenova is the lady version. It's a laptop with tits on it.
Yeah.
And it nags you.
Yeah. And every time you want to get into it, it's slightly different. Mm-hmm. Like like when you make a lady come or whatever. Anyway.
You got a stupid story?
Yeah. I guess I'll do the poem one.
Do it.
Maybe I'll do the poem.
I don't think I've heard this story.
All right. I think you've heard it, but you probably don't know.
Uh-huh.
You don't know.
Okay.
I was being my
I start
teacher.
crying.
Mm-hmm. So in 7th grade, I had this teacher. I'm just going to say it. Her name's Miss Hilmo.
Hilmo?
Miss Hilmo.
It sounds like a guy who doesn't know a gay slur for people.
Yeah.
It's like hill people, but like gay.
Yeah.
You fucking Hilmo.
Hilmo.
It's a gay hillbilly.
Yeah. She had like really puffy bangs. Well, all of her hair was puffy. She was just, I don't know, she looked really silly. She looked like a doll.
Also, like mid-90s hair was huge.
Yeah, that's true.
It was like pour over from the 80s.
Yeah. Her hair was like the same length as mine probably, but she had these big puffy bangs and it was like mousy brown and I don't know. She wasn't that likable. Like I don't think I liked her. I didn't like the class. Mm-hmm. She teaches like English or whatever. Language arts is what they used to call it. And they gave us this assignment to write a poem, right? So I wrote one.
Uh-huh.
And wait, this is the same teacher who got mad at me for falling off a chair. Did I tell that story?
No.
Oh, I'll add that in.
Okay.
So she got mad at me because I wrote a poem and I was serious about it.
Yeah.
And I handed it in. And then she had a little talking to me because she thought I was making a joke out of the assignment. But I was actually taking it seriously. I don't remember what I wrote, but I was like, this is my poem I worked hard on and I mean this.
Yeah.
Right? Just like everyone else, she thought I was doing a bit. She thought I was like...
Did you write a poem about her big bangs?
I don't know what it was about. It was probably emotional for me. And she thought it was just like me making fun of poem stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So then she gets mad at me and like asks me to redo the assignment.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fine. You want me you want me to write a poem and take it seriously? Like I did what I thought was the dumbest thing I could do.
Yeah.
Which is I just looked at the ground and like wrote the words I saw around me in a way that seemed poem-like. So I was like brown tile, a white shoe caresses the tile and as it moves, like it was just something dumb.
And she loved it?
And she loved it.
Oh my
and she
God.
was so proud of me for like taking it seriously. And I'm like, you're
like,
all mixed up.
Is this the fucking Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
She was like over the top, so like happy that I like really tried with the assignment. And I don't know. I remember that just making me so mad.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I always try and people think I'm joking.
Yeah.
People think I'm like being a dick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
God, that's so
Also,
nuts.
so like one time we were watching a movie and in class and I got up to, I don't know, go to the bathroom or something. And I fell out of my chair. Like I was in the front too. So everyone saw it and heard it. And it was like ridiculous. It was like
slapstick.
Yeah, it was really slapstick the way it happened. And I knew how funny it looked. And I wasn't hurt. So I started like laughing uncontrollably. Yeah. And I was super embarrassed. Right? And she thought I purposefully fell out of my chair. Yeah. She got so mad at me. And then she called my mom that night and like told her I was goofing off and I wasn't a serious student.
Was your mom mad?
My mom was mad. Yeah.
Did you try to explain it to her?
I think I did, but it's like, my parents, I never thought I was serious either about anything.
They're like,
and look where I ended up.
I know.
Now I'm doing this.
I know.
Oh, you guys are right. You forced me into it.
I guess I'm a goofy girl now.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a goofy girl.
I guess nothing matters to me now, and I'll just talk about vomit and bugs for the rest of my life. But yeah. So that's the poem story. I don't know. I also, though, I was doing that a lot in class. Yeah, like
goofing off.
I had this assignment for a government class one time, and it was
civics.
Yeah, and I did write it as a complete joke for me. Like it was ridiculous, but it seemed like it could be serious. Whatever I wrote. Yeah, I don't remember what I got on that, but I think there actually were a lot of times where I was doing that type of thing. Yeah, yeah.
No, totally. There was one time we had to write a essay about the War of 1812. When I was in 8th grade.
1812 came up yesterday.
I know. I know.
Get it on a bingo card.
I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I read a book about it. I was literally about to say that.
1812.
No, but one time in 8th grade, I had to write an essay about the War of 1812, and I didn't know fucking anything. I didn't pay attention in class. But I remember that the question was, like, what sparked the War of 1812? Yeah. And all I remember writing is, the event that sparked the great bonfire that was the War of 1812, and then made up some bullshit. And then my teacher was like, I remember
the great bonfire.
The great bonfire that was the War of 1812. And then I made up some bullshit because I didn't know the answer to it. Yeah. And my teacher was like, nice. And then like,
about the bonfire part? Or the
and then was like, but also all of this is wrong. And I got a 0 on it. Or I got like a 5 out of 100.
Because it's like, you know how they always would make you rewrite the question in a statement, right? Yes. When you start answering it.
At the beginning, yeah.
You did that, but you tried, that was the only part where you tried to incorporate something new that might be right.
Yeah.
Even though, is it bonfire-like?
I have
Other
no
than
idea.
that there's war?
I don't know. I think the bonfire was metaphorical.
We got to do an episode on the War of 1812.
We should.
Just so that we both know, you know.
Yeah, we'll do it on our Patreon.
Yeah. This came up, Katrina just got her citizenship.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like helping her with the testing before she took the test. This was on it, the War of 1812.
It was the one time like America lost to the British, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, lost to Canada? I don't fucking know anything.
Canada feels right to me because I took a Canadian history class, which I really did poorly in. So maybe I have nothing to say about it. But I remember 1812 being important.
Yeah, I think it was when like Canada and America were fighting in 1812. What?
They
burned down the White House.
Whoa! It was a big bonfire. Sorry, Maxim.
They burned down the White House?
Maxim just said they burned down the White House in the War of 1812.
What?
It was a bonfire.
It was a bonfire. Nice.
What the hell? I was so right.
Wow, the big great bonfire.
That is the War of 1812.
Big boy bonfire.
Big boy bonfire. Brittany Cardwell.
Smoke. Big smokehouse bonfire, 1812.
Welcome to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got some reading to do. I got to go home after this. I'm going to watch a documentary. I'm not going to read.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I'm not going to read.
Oh, I'm tired.
I'm listening to this audiobook right now
Yeah.
that Steve Rogers recommended.
Oh, yeah? Is it about elephants?
It's just like the whole audiobook's like, elephants are cute and fun.
Yeah.
You'll fall in love with any elephant
It's
you
just
meet.
describing
It's for
them.
kids.
Yeah. It's just like they have big ears and big flat feet, and sometimes they
Steal your hat.
They mourn their dead.
Yeah. God, I love these elephant videos though. Where they're playing the piano and stuff. Anyway, no, it's about creativity and art.
Oh.
And he's been telling me about it for a long time. And because I'm in this depression about comedy.
Yeah, wait, what's it called?
It's by Rick Rubin, and it's called The Creative Act.
Oh, okay.
And so I started listening to that. I'm like, this will help me be like getting different perspectives on what's going on.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll get out of my like, I don't know,
Funk.
whatever rut I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it on the bus on the way here.
Uh-huh.
And at one point it's like, so he's talking in this really soothing voice. It almost feels like a meditation, kind of. But then he's saying really therapeutic things about art and how to approach it. And then in the middle of all that, he's like, grab a pillow and start punching the pillow. You got to do this for 5 minutes. You got to do this for at least 5 minutes straight. It will feel like a long time. And then he's like, then write about that. And then it goes back to being normal and very like meditative. Like there's this moment where he's like directing you to be the most angry you can possibly be in a physical way.
Wow.
And then it goes back. Like that was a joke.
That is men's solution to creativity.
Yeah.
Punch something really hard for 5 minutes.
Let stuff release. You don't know what's coming out.
Yeah. God, that's so funny.
Yeah. Anyway. I derailed this a little bit. 1812.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to get into my stupid story.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with 1812. Okay, so I both my mom's parents died by the time I was like sentient, but I had my grandma and my what?
I don't know. Just sentient is so
sentient.
funny.
But I had both of my dad's parents until I was, well, my grandma died when I was like 6 or 7, then my grandpa died when I was like 19.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma was really sweet, May. She was awesome.
Aww.
And but I remember right after she died, me and my brother and my grandpa were in my grandpa and grandma's house, and we were just like sitting at the table. And I was like 6 or 7 at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a cup on the table, and it had like a little bit of condensation at the bottom. And we were sitting there like talking.
Yeah.
And then like the cup starts like moving.
Oh.
It starts like shifting like randomly across the table. And it does that for like 2 minutes, and we're all watching
Freaky.
it. And we're
Is
like,
anyone speaking, or are you all just like
we're all looking at it and we're like, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
My brother and I are like getting up and like looking at the windows to see if they're open, seeing if there's a draft. We're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like all of us are like,
you're walking around like swiping your hand through the air.
Yeah.
To like see if there's a
figure
spirit
out
in there.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And then my dad's like very religious. He's a pastor or whatever. And he's like, I think grandma's here. And then I was like, grandma's ghost was moving that cup?
Yeah.
And then I remember for months after, every time I was alone, I was afraid that my grandma's ghost was there.
Did he sound like he was doing a bit at all when he said it?
No.
Or he was
No.
Would he have meant that?
Yeah, he meant that.
Oh, okay.
He meant like her spirit.
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
religious, so he
Yeah.
like believes that people pass over to another side or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't
And
know.
they
if,
say hi through moving glasses.
yeah, I know. And like,
But only in the summer.
yeah, and like, but I think to my dad that was like a sweet sign. He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, my mother is here, and she's like saying hi to
Yeah.
me and her grandkids." Blah blah blah. And then, but like every time I was alone, I was like, "Is
You said you
grandma
were
here?"
like 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I was
This is your first time probably really knowing about ghosts, like the idea of ghosts.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I was like terrified of my sweet grandmother's ghost.
Yeah.
Every time I was alone, I was like, is grandma here? Like my dad's like sweet like religious experience that he had.
Is grandma here making meatloaf in the kitchen or whatever she used to do?
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so, I was just like so terrified of it forever.
Just like imagining grandma outside watering plants and it's freaking you out. Like
literally.
the type of stuff you'd see her do. It's all like regular grandma.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Grandma's knitting. I'm terrified.
Yeah, I know.
She's probably sitting right there knitting.
I know. She wouldn't do anything scary. She was like the sweetest woman ever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. I was terrified of her ghost.
Yeah. Did it make you? Was you scared? Were you scared just because you knew she could see what was going on, or just the idea of someone being there felt weird?
I think I was just afraid of the idea of a ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It wasn't until later that I got deeply anxious about all of my dead relatives and God watching me all the time.
Yeah.
That was like when that probably started happening when I was like 10 because like I had been like indoctrinated with like Christianity.
Yeah.
And like my dad would always be like, you know, grandma's always looking down on you, blah, blah, blah. And also like in church, I would hear like, God knows everything you do.
Yeah.
God knows that if you disrespect your parents, even if in your mind, if you disrespect your parents, that's a fucking sin. Because God can hear all of your thoughts. He knows everything you're going to do before you're going to do it. And that's a sin.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started being like deeply terrified of God watching me all the time.
Yeah, and then you're having intrusive thoughts, and you're like,
dude,
I'm not doing this on purpose.
Exactly.
I'm doing it because I think you're there.
I know, yeah.
And because I think you were going to be mad at me for this, and now I'm just doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, 100%. Like, definitely like my, I definitely had a lot of intrusive thoughts because of that shit. Because I was like, I can't disrespect my mom. And then I'd be like, fuck you. And I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck.
And I'm like, that's a sin.
Now I'm
God knows about it.
because I'm anxious.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, God can see me
You got
jerking
me again.
off. Fuck. God can see me jerking off to the cover of Butterfly by Crazy Town.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I thought about before is like the idea of God watching everything I'm doing and we're all doing. I'm like, isn't he bored by this?
I know.
Like he's like watching a reality TV show that hasn't been edited.
I know.
You know? And it's like,
it's very strange.
This is fun for you?
Okay. Stay with me on this detour.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the Bible, God made humans just like him specifically, so we're special, right? Mm-hmm. But that idea is like so self-centered for humans to create. Mm-hmm. It's like in the second Predator movie, the main guy, okay, listen, stay with me. The main guy has to like defeat the Predator to get this gun, and they don't say this in the movie, but the lore of the gun in the movie is that like whoever gets this gun like has killed the most people in the entire universe, right? And the Predator tries to go for it, but then the main guy whose name I forget like kills him and he gets the gun. Yeah. And we later find out, like, this isn't in the movie, but this is in the lore, and like the people who wrote the movie say this. It was the gun that killed Abraham Lincoln. And so I'm like, so the most important thing because the Predator is an alien. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's like worlds and worlds outside of Earth. Yeah. And the most important thing in the universe is the gun that killed Abraham Lincoln.
That gun on eBay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so bananas. Yeah. That's what God just watching us all the time and making us special feels like. Yeah. And I'm like, how can that be true?
What's he up to right now? Is he acting in my image?
Yeah.
Are you acting in my image? Yeah. I don't cut wood like that. Yeah. That's not my image.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm pissed. Man, his expectations are so specific too. Yeah. He's like the person that thinks you gotta know and do everything like them.
Yes.
Yeah. Flag boy again, twice in a row.
I love how your ex is flag boy.
That's what the name of the bit is in my my notes.
Oh, gotcha.
Flag boy.
Yeah. It's like that bit I have that's called trifecta, and I never call it trifecta.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Should we get into the posting?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it. I'll read it.
Okay.
This one's gonna be real hard to read, but it'll be fun. Oh, okay,
yeah,
here we
it
go.
is hard to read. I read it before, and it's it's written so funny though.
Yeah. Okay.
Post from an internet user. Here we go.
Post from an internet user. Okay. Am I the asshole? Asshole. Am I the asshole for waking my SO up after finding he breached my privacy? SO is significant other.
Mm-hmm.
I read a lot. I have countless books I have collected over the years in a wide variety of genres. The last book I saw my SO read was Steal This Urine Test.
What?
I'm gonna look up what Steal This Urine Test is. Steal This Urine Test?
I have books. I'm a person of books. I have a wide variety of books.
Oh, okay.
Book number 1, Steal This Urine Test.
Okay, Steal This
I was just trying to fill the air.
Well, I just
that was my attempt.
Googled Steal This Urine Test, and the full name of the book is Steal This Urine Test, Fighting Drug Hysteria in America.
Hysteria?
Yeah, and I guess it was published in 1987, so maybe what this internet user is saying is that that's how long ago he read a book. Okay, anyway.
What? No, I think because he's so obsessed with books. I think he reads all the time.
The person who's writing it is like, I read a lot. Yeah. And then she said her significant other. This is the last book I saw him read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. The last book I saw my SO read was Steal This Urine Test when it first came out. So throughout our house are many bookcases, and it has been this way since we were married. The
point is, they're all mine. He's like saying that in such a weird...
Ready? They are my books, and I take care of them.
I take care of them. I like them. I think about them.
I have books. I read a lot. I have a lot of books. This is the last book my significant other read. I read a lot of them. They are mine, and I take care of them. These are my books. It's like in
all knowledge in this house is mine.
It's like in Full Metal Jacket, where it's like, this is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I believe
Is that from Full Metal Jacket?
I don't know.
Maxim, do you know?
No idea.
Okay. Anyway. They are my books and I take care of them. I have them in no order except for these ones I reread.
How is he taking care of books?
I have no idea.
You dust them?
I guess.
You don't leave them in a humid place? A librarian got really mad at me once because I left a book I rented in my trunk, and the pages got all like wavy from like condensation or something.
Yeah.
Or like, humidity.
There was a morning dew.
There was a dew. And she got so pissed at me. That's how I learned how to take care of books.
Well.
Dry.
I have them in no order except for the ones I reread, and then in parentheses, my friends.
My friends.
I tend to keep them in the most accessible bookcases in the living room. They are not in any kind of order.
Different social networks with my books. I have some strong ties with some books, and those are my friends.
Yeah.
You understand, right?
Yeah.
I got some weak ties. Those are the books I'll never reread, but I can't let go of.
Yeah,
They're like acquaintances.
They are not in any kind of order. I know where I last put the book. I know exactly what the spine color and print font is, and I recognize the thickness and height of the book within the bookcases. I am somewhat of a savant with this method. I was about to say that, but I was about to use another word. I am somewhat of a savant with this...
Oh, Departed. I tried to thesaurus it, like that's what you would be doing.
Brittany, this is why we're friends, because you always think the best of me. Oh man.
I just thought, she knows a word. I know it too.
Yeah, like prodigy.
Yeah. And it was me trying to relate, but I just missed the point.
I am somewhat of a savant with this method, and it has never failed me when I go for a particular book. Yesterday, I had to go to one final client meeting before lockdown and was gone for a good part of the day, returning last night.
Lockdown?
I guess this happened right before the pandemic. As soon as I entered the living room, I knew something was different, but I was tired and just wanted to end the day. This morning I woke up and went out to the living room. Of course, I immediately noticed my books were all different, all moved, all mixed up. I ran throughout the entire house. Every single bookcase, every single one was different. Now, everything was categorized and alphabetized, separated by genre and author. I went crazy. I woke my SO up. Also, this person reads so much. You know you shouldn't put a preposition at the end of a sentence. I woke up my SO. I woke my SO up.
Good catch.
Yeah. I'm fucking smart.
Yeah. Also, they're not capitalizing anything. I noticed that.
Yeah,
before.
they don't capitalize anything, and there's a lot of run-on sentences.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. I woke my SO up, not with his usual good morning treat, and then what is that? I woke up my boyfriend, and I didn't even suck his dick first.
I didn't suck his dick into sentience. I just wanted to use you.
I woke up my SO and I didn't even put a spoon of peanut butter in front of his nose to make him wake up.
That's so stupid.
Also, they just brush past this good morning treat and they don't say what the good morning treat is.
What is the treat?
I don't know. Hold on. I woke my SO up, not with his usual good morning treat, then got upset trying to articulate my anger that he actually yelled for me to go calm the fuck down and then come to talk to him when I was ready to act like an adult.
But wait, whoever this is, like, I keep wanting to say she, but I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to say she. She purposefully didn't talk about it the night before.
Well, I think she didn't. I think she didn't know. She noticed something was different, but didn't notice what.
Oh, right. So she saw in the morning that it was what it was. Okay. Because at first I was thinking, didn't she have the whole night to calm down before she brought this up? But I guess it's the morning. And
it sounds like she got home late and it was dark and she maybe didn't turn on the fucking lights or whatever and look at the bookcases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I removed myself from the situation immediately, and then when he finally got up, I tried to tell him how violated I felt with what he had done to my books. He was, and still is, completely mystified as to why I wouldn't want some order to the, quote, madness that is your library. I wondered aloud how he would like my going to his studio and maybe polishing up his fucking symbols real shiny. And then in parentheses, he claims the patina adds to their tone.
Wait.
How would you like it if I went and I cleaned up your symbols real shiny?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if part of it, I mean, I don't know this person, but they are calling some of the books their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like, oh, my friends are with stranger books.
Yeah.
Like they're worried about them.
It's like
they
when
don't know where they are.
It's like when your class gets in trouble and you all have to sit away from your friends.
Yeah.
You have assigned seating instead of wherever you want it to be because you guys talk too much during the lesson.
Yeah. So she feels like her friend books are being punished.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Also, if you know the books by spine color and font of the title, you should be like, I'm looking for this book. Oh, it's red. I'll go over to the red section.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's not by color though, right?
They said it was
color and genre.
It was no.
I thought it was just genre.
I think what they said is the significant other organized it by, it was alphabetized and put in color order. Let me see if I can find it.
And genre. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Every single one was different.
Though.
Now everything was categorized and alphabetized, separated by genre and author. Oh, never mind. It was just genre and author. Okay. I don't know where I came from. Color.
The color organization would really bother me because that's do that. Senseless. I know it looks.
That's senseless.
That's not organized at all. It would make me so mad. I know that it looks nice. It looks pretty. It's senseless.
It's senseless. That's so funny. Oh my God.
If you want to organize my books by color, I only have 10 books, by the way, because I get rid of them all the time. Because I keep thinking I'll reread. I never do. And then I've got a bunch of books.
I know. And moving in the city with books is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. It is. And there's no.
I have a.
It's senseless. There's no purpose.
I have a Himalayan rock salt lamp, and every time I move, I'm like, this fucking piece of shit. It's 10 pounds.
Yeah. If you're going to organize my books by color, though, I would demand that you put covers on the books to make them the color you want in that order. You leave them alphabetical, though.
No, totally.
And it would be all for you. If I really loved someone and they wanted one of those colorful bookcases that's the rainbow or whatever.
You'd get those stretchy book
I'd be
covers.
Fine. Yeah, and then I'd help
Remember
them.
Those stretchy
I'd
book
help
covers?
them as well. It'd be a fun activity for us.
Remember the stretchy book covers?
Mm-hmm.
God, I remember when I was a kid, I was like, Mom, can I buy these? And she's like, why? Just put a fucking paper bag on it.
It's senseless.
And all of that, she was like, it's senseless!
I miss putting paper bags on my books.
I know.
That was
so
like a
nice.
ritual before school, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember all the rich kids had fucking stretchy book covers,
Yeah.
and they would be like flames and shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
But did you get to have Lisa Frank Trapper Keepers?
What
ever?
the fuck is a trapper keeper?
A Trapper Keeper is just a
binder.
A binder. It's a binder.
You call it a trapper keeper?
They were called that for a while. I don't know why.
I've
And then it
never
started to
heard
become
that.
binder. Yeah.
Whoa.
Trapper Keeper.
And you called it a trapper keeper?
Yeah, for a while.
How old are you, Brittany? Okay, he wanted to put some order to the, quote, madness that is your library. I wondered aloud. Oh, sorry. Hold on, I'm going to read this again. I wondered aloud how he'd like me going into his studio and maybe polishing up his fucking symbols real shiny. Anyway, we are now both wondering who the asshole is here. I say he. He had no business not checking with me before making such a massive change to my own processes and methods. He says me because, and in parentheses, and I use his very words here, is thought. It's the thought that counts. It took me hours to figure the existing mess out.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any idea how laborious it was for me to Google some of these relics to figure out where they should go?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole here? I don't see it.
Jeez.
Okay.
I mean, it is a really nice gesture. The intention is really nice.
It is nice, but also it's like one of those things where it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, are you doing this to be nice? If you're doing it to be nice, but you know the person wouldn't like it,
yeah,
it like it doesn't completely undo. Like she can still be mad,
Yeah.
but her being like, "How would you like me to go up and polish your fucking symbols?"
But also, it sounds like they're doing it because they're frustrated by the disorganization, not because they want it for the other person.
But also, like it doesn't sound like the husband reads at all. Why would he care what the like organization of the bookcases are?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Maybe he just misunderstood and thought that it stressed her out to not be able to find her books and was like, this would be nice if it was organized.
Yeah.
Completely missing that
you know what that says to me as a woman?
Yeah.
He's not like actually listening to her.
No, probably not. My brothers and I have talked about how it would be really nice if we organized my dad's workshop for him. It's just insane in there. Like he has like 3 big rooms.
Mm-hmm.
There's tools everywhere. On every shelf, there's just tools laying around.
Mm-hmm.
If you walk in there, it would look like nothing made any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, and we have thought about doing this, but I think part of the problem is he has his own organization in his mind
own method, yeah.
of his place.
Yeah.
And if it got changed, even though he would appreciate like the gesture, he'd be a mess. He'd be disoriented. He spends all day in there.
He'd be like, this is senseless.
Yeah. He spends all day in there never finishing a project. Have I told you about his projects?
Mm-mm.
He's just stressing himself out for his whole life by continually getting new projects. Like he's working on cars, boats, all sorts of different motors that are just disconnected from stuff just because he likes working on motors.
Yeah.
And then he'll like have a big project that's been going on for like 15 years and he won't finish it because he starts on a new project.
Yeah. Your dad has ADHD.
He does. And my mom, and we're all autistic. And nobody told me. I had to find this out through this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he's always like stressed out about completing these projects. And then we'll have like a clock that hasn't been.
Oh, you'll have a clock that's at the same time for 20 years.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
Nothing can get done.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you see it, it's like, oh yeah. We all have this problem.
Yeah.
And the guy I'm dating is the same way. So
oh yeah,
you've
told me about this.
You just look in a mirror all the time and then you go, man, that's what's in the mirror? I don't know what that means. I'm just talking.